This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We've been gifted another day of Caitlin Bassett.
You're welcome.
Hey, Caitlin.
Hey, Caitlin, you tell us the funniest thing about soup. Oh, my God. I cannot believe that.
I know. Some of your stuff in when you're playing for Australian netball and also for our Perth team. Oh, well, all over Australia. Jesus, you were hard done by.
Yeah, but it's just normal. I just think of it as normal because I knew no better. It's only until I talk to you, Sean, and you know, we share stories with other athletes that we go, oh, yeah, that was actually it.
Now everyone's going, wait there, what has soup got to do with this? You'll find out. We talked to people this morning that watch Bluey but they don't have children. Creepy or fun?
Yeah, that's really interesting, actually. The Big Pav joins us too, gives us a bit of a footy wrap-up.
Oh, and talking about footy, Sean, I decided to share my football insights.
Very, very good this morning. Well done, buddy.
Yeah, it was very strange. And Poe, no.
Are you talking about Masterchef, Poe?
No, just Caitlin fell over. Are you all right?
Oh, I hurt my knee.
Nathan, Nat and Sean. This is what I came for. Yeah. Perth's Nova 937. Keep on giving me all you got.
4 minutes past 6. Nathan, Nat and Sean. Why is Natalie not speaking, you ask?
Why is Natalie not speaking, I ask you?
Because Natalie is getting more holiday for her buck. That's right. Dubai has not only flooded an entire place with 1.5 years worth of rain, but also flooded her ability to get back to Australia because her flights were cancelled.
So she's joining us tomorrow. She'll be back sometime today flying in, but she wouldn't have had it should have been in transit for like 2 days.
Just any of that drama at an airport where you are wondering if you're going to be catching a flight or not, and you never really unpack your bag again because you don't know when you're going. I can't. That's too much for me.
I'd kill you.
I cannot.
Yep.
I don't have the patience. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I would just live in Dubai from that point on.
That has ticked every
I would
box.
honestly. I would have to go, like, if they go, okay, you've got a 12-hour wait or whatever, I go, oh, okay, just find some property. I'm settling because I'm not doing this again.
Hey, by the way, I've never been to Dubai or anywhere in those Middle Eastern parts. And I know a lot of people travel there and holiday there these days. You know, have you been through there? Have you travelled through there?
Yeah, I have. And it was full on for me because it's the most, it's a melting pot of different cultures. So you've got people praying on the ground and there's stuff going on. It was a lot. It was a confronting thing for me because I was like, I've never been to an airport that isn't completely westernized. So yeah, it was quite full on.
Can I ask you what the airport was like? Because when you go to other countries and you fly in, say, Singapore and Kuala Lumpur as a stop that I used to go to the UK, there's really nice airports. Was it out of control nice or not really?
I don't think we flew into the nice bit.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Ali, a bit of a pregnancy check-in. How are we? What's going on? Have we got any new aches and pains?
Yeah.
Anything?
Oh, my God,
What's
guys.
happening?
The Charlie horses I get at night are insane.
Really? Tell me all of it.
Sorry, what did you say?
The Charlie horse?
What is that?
A leg cramp?
It's a sex thing.
No, it's
I
a leg
thought so.
cramp. Why has no one heard of this? It's
A Charlie horse?
It's like your legs cramp up. If I flex my foot the wrong way, the spasm up my leg, I'm in agony.
Really?
It's horrific.
And is that the baby's fault? Is the baby doing that?
Yes, that's it's all the baby's fault, actually.
I did think your vibe was a bit down this morning when you walked in. I mean, we don't look at each other, we don't talk to each other, but I just felt the vibe.
I do understand that when you have your baby, a lot of hormones are released. They must be the hormones that make you love it. Because otherwise, if they weren't released when it came out, from what it's done to you for 9 months, you'd hate its guts, wouldn't you? It'd be like your arch nemesis is in you, and you're waiting for it to come out to punch it.
But then, you've got a year off work, so...
Oh,
Just a real holiday, Sean. A real holiday.
It's a proper holiday.
It's a real holiday. Just watching TV, going for walks.
Oh, my God.
Sleeping in.
Heaps of sleep. Jeez. God, you've got it good, don't they, Sean?
Oh, unbelievable.
The women.
Particularly at my house.
Oh, today's not the day. Give it a bone.
I only say it to joke. Sean says it because he believes it.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We're just discussing the fact that Natalie's going to be so jet lagged. She gets back tomorrow around lunchtime. We think we might say to her, if you want to take an extra day off, because that is the worst, isn't it?
I remember being in London one time and the jet lag hit me because you go in there and you're very excited, or you get back and whatever, and then it was just the most piercing headache for days. I thought I'd be able to drink my way through it. Didn't quite work that
when
way.
you can't drink your way through a problem, then that problem's too big, isn't it? That's what you learn here. Hey, Sean, I know that it was a surprise to some that the Eagles won over the weekend.
It was. It was for a lot of people.
And I know that we did a Derby decider here with Gov. You can check that out on our socials. It was you and Emma O'Driscoll for the Fremantle Dockers and Gov and Marlene Morris, my mother, for the Eagles, and they were victorious. So our Derby decider so far this year is 100% correct.
You know what, Nathan? You kept saying it. Oh, you don't have to watch the game, all that kind of stuff. And I kind of jumped in on it. I was like, oh, yeah, you don't have to watch the game, blah, blah, blah. Freya going to win anyway.
Yeah.
But it was 100% as you said.
So with superstitions and all that sort of stuff, you know how suddenly your team can go really well and you had done something on that day, so then forever forward you must do that on that day?
Yes.
I was watching that game. That never happens. I watched the entire game.
Same.
God.
Amy,
our producer, just jumped in.
So now...
Amy, stand by the microphone.
I feel like I should be put on the books, both Amy and I, for the Eagles should pay
For good
us
luck?
to watch the game now.
Every
because
game.
I know, X-Files.
And I never do. Sean, I've told you.
Yeah.
I jumped off the bandwagon.
Yeah.
This was the only game I've watched in, I reckon, about 2 years. Like, even Alex
Amy.
texted me. It's like, are you watching the game? I'm like, I'm watching the game.
Amy, I was actively watching the game.
Me too. I was actually
was in it.
yelling. Me too, Nathan.
I was saying things about look what that man did there on the lawn.
Look at his orange boots.
Like, look at the way he kicked that ball.
At my passion.
I had player insights.
Player insight.
I did. You want to know my player insights?
Okay, go. Give me something.
Okay.
That deserves Mulder and Scully to be here on our doorstep.
My player insight was firstly about the intensity that our Jeremy McGovern brings to each game, but in bursts.
I was going to say, yes, it's definitely in bursts.
You were saying this morning how Jeremy just looks like he looks like the oldest man on the team walking around.
When you watch it on TV, it's completely different because you've just got the insert of what's taking place. When you're watching it live, Jeremy gets around and he
reading the
doesn't
paper.
use 1 centimetre of energy. 1 centimetre of energy when he doesn't have to.
But when he does, the intensity comes out. Like what we witnessed
he's
on
great.
Friday during our Derby challenge when he had a go at me that you cannot pass, and it was right in my face. You cannot pass. You cannot pass. I was like, whoa, this is a taste of the McGovern $1 million empire here. So there's that, right? But my other player insight, Harley Reid.
Yes,
right. Now I'm not going to say Harley Reid's amazing. We all know that. Harley Reid is bloody amazing, but I think he's one of the only people in that entire game that was actually having fun. He was having so much fun. You could see it on his face. He was not only playing, but it was just like he was having a game with mates. Am I right?
You're 100% right, Nate. That's one thing. Amy,
I'm 100% right, Harry.
Amy, can you get to the microphone? What did you say to me?
He looks like he is meant to be there. Like, he's just like, this is my thing. This is what...
And having fun.
And having fun.
And here's the thing. Inside of the next 2 years, the game will not be fun because he'll be told what to do 100 times, where to stand, who he needs to defend, and then it'll become the game and he'll still be great and hopefully his career goes on.
Okay.
But the smiles will go, Nate, because the importance will be realised.
When we first started here,
yes,
we thought this was 1,000% fun. Didn't have a bit of bone in our body at all. We were like so eager. Do you want to do this? Hey, we've got a gig that we want you to do at 10 p.m. tonight. I know that you're up at 3:30 next morning, but will you do it? Yes, I will, because my world's amazing. Cue to now. They say cue to now. After the show, they might say, "Oh, you've got an interview at 9:45." No, I'm out of here. You can't hold me. Right to disconnect.
Right
to disconnect.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Something huge happened, and I thought it was only going to really affect parents, but it was this. So Bluey dropped a surprise episode. They thought that the season was done, Sean. Everyone thought that they had watched The Sign, where apparently everyone cried because Bluey was thinking about selling his house. This is a cartoon dog, by the way.
And by the way, it's a cartoon dog. You're well said there, Nath. I read it in today's paper. It was big enough to make today's paper. I don't watch the ABC, so because I call it Channel 2. And I don't ever watch a show on there. So for me to find Blue would be almost impossible.
I love how Sean will not watch it. Will not. You know what's something that's really funny
Channel
that popped
2,
up?
mate.
You know when they preview what's new on Netflix?
Yeah.
Last night they previewed The Dressmaker. One of the only movies.
Oh, my God.
It's one of the movies.
I
So it
hate
was
that.
Kate Winslet, and we had to go and see this preview of The Dressmaker, right? So it was about this chick that makes dresses. In like a little, like, you know, country, like in a little, like, you know, shack in Australia. And Sean literally, I think we were probably 25 minutes in. Sean walked up and said,
watched a fair bit.
I'm not watching this. And he just walked out. And we had an interview.
I couldn't deal with it.
But I get the dressmaker would divide some people, but apparently anyone that watches Bluey, they absolutely love it, Sean.
But obviously you have to have kids to be able to sit down and put them in front of Nath.
Well, this is one of the comments. This guy, after finding out that Bluey was dropping an episode, he says, "Folks, I gasped so loudly my wife thought someone had died."
What?
This father had seen that there was a surprise Bluey episode called The Surprise, and he was like, oh, and his wife thought that someone had passed away. That's how primal his reaction was. Sam, come over here. Sam does all of our digital stuff, and you don't have children.
No, I'm trying.
What
Hasn't worked yet.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, what you and Conrad are doing isn't going to make a baby. But you keep giving it a go, slugger. I just don't think you're going hard enough. All right. So I was thinking, right?
Yeah.
The people that don't. The people that there'd be people out there that watch Bluey that don't have children. I don't get it. I'm gonna give it a go. But you watched.
So, yeah, I've never seen another episode of Bluey before other than The Sign. I just wanted to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't even watch the whole episode. I just watched 10 minutes leading up to the kind of apex of the sad bit.
Yeah.
And I still cried.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I
Did
think
you
I was having
connect
a
with
really
it straight
emotional
away?
week. Well, yeah.
Well, you and Conrad have been trying to make a baby.
yeah.
And it just hasn't been working.
No,
You've been Googling. I don't understand why.
It was the music in it. So, and, you know, they had these kind of like slow-mo scenes of them like looking around the house. And I think it's something that everyone could relate to, like moving out of a house you don't want to or something like that. And like, you just kind of felt for these cartoon dogs.
A cartoon. Because we're the same, right? So if we're going to watch a cartoon, which we've done over
It's going to be
30
Family
years,
Guy.
Family Guy
It's
and
going to be The
Simpsons.
Simpsons. It's going to be something like that.
Yeah, 100%. So for
It's
it
not
to
the
be
Family Guy or The Simpsons, is it? Or South Park.
There's no swearing, yes, none of that kind of...
No, it's like 100% a kid's show, and it felt like that. But there were definitely moments where I was like, oh, this is for the adults. Like that part is for mum and dad.
Would you watch it now?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good.
But was it sad? Yes.
All right. I'd like to find
review,
out.
Sam.
I'd like to find out 13 24 10. There are people listening right now that watch Bluey, but they don't have children. All right.
You couldn't be doing that, could you?
Well, they're out there.
Okay.
I think if you watch Bluey and you don't have any children, let us know. Also, maybe we'll open up as well. If anyone partakes in anything that is usually for children, but they do it themselves. My brother used to buy baby food because he loved it.
I've heard of adults doing that as well because they can get them those pouch things now.
Oh,
and you
Harry.
squeeze them in.
Harry loves the pouch things.
Yeah, well, you know at 4 a.m. when you're just desperate to get anything done before getting to work.
Yeah.
I had to grab some 2-year-old's yogurt, my nephew's yogurt, out of the fridge. I had no choice, a little pouch.
So he'll be screaming his box off this morning, starving.
Yeah.
My English breakfast tea has breast milk in it.
That's mine. I
It was
filled
my
it up
mum's.
for
It
you.
came out as powdered milk.
I hope she heard that. That was great.
She wasn't. She's in bed now. Dad will tell her when she wakes up. First, we want to find out if you don't have children and if you watch Bluey, right?
Righto.
That's the first thing. Secondly, if you love something or partake in something that is just for children and you have no children, need to discuss this. Hi, Alicia.
Hiya.
Hey.
Hey, Alicia.
How many children do you have?
0.
Talk to me about Bluey.
So I watched it, but I kind of cheated because I got into it because I'm a private nanny, so I watched it with them. But I've gone and watched a few episodes by myself and with my partner, like the latest 5 episodes. Too long to watch with the kids that I nanny for, so we just watched it together.
You and your partner.
Yeah, right.
What does your partner enjoy it too?
Yeah, they're the one who suggested we watch it.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing.
So, is it good?
Is it good? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we both really enjoyed it.
Sean?
We're going to give it a go?
I'm going to try Bluey.
No, you need something with swearing, mate. You need something with, you know,
I'll just invite
some
Dad over.
dark humour. Because he'll be swearing at it. Hey, Alicia, I want to ask you, being a private nanny, have you worked anywhere? I know a couple of people who have travelled overseas and become nannies. Have you done anything like that, or have you just done it in Perth?
Yeah, I've done it overseas. I worked for 2 years in the UK and 2 years in the US. Couldn't pick the worst time for the US, though. I went end of October 2019.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow, okay.
And do you who's better? Is it people that you nanny for overseas or Australians? Who treats you better?
All of the families that I've worked with have been treating me really wonderful. So.
Oh, yeah, you're due for a monster family. I cannot wait. That's when you call us back with your stories.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alicia. Julie's in Belden. Hey, Julie.
Hello, Nathan.
Hi,
Hey,
sweetheart. Julie, we're talking about people that don't have little toddlers around that are actively watching Bluey. Are you one of them?
Yes, I am. I have one daughter, but she's 33. And her and her partner
she
come
loves
over,
it. Yeah.
Yep. And her and her partner come over for dinner every Monday night, and we watch Bluey together.
Well, you're all adults. You do.
Yes, we're all
What do you like about it, Julie?
Oh, it's so funny. It's one of the funniest things you'll ever see.
Is it really?
There's an episode called Granny Mobile. You've got to watch it.
Granny
Do nothing
Mobile.
else. Granny Mobile.
Okay, so let me get it. So I'm guessing that Bluey's family were looking for a new car, and then it wasn't cool enough, and it looked like a granny's car.
No.
What happens?
No. There's somebody who's having a garage sale, and the three kids, Bluey, Bingo, and Muffin, their friend, start playing with a granny mobile.
What's a granny mobile?
What was the Granny Mobile?
Oh, you know, one of
the
those
gopher thing.
scooter things.
Yeah,
But-
scooters.
Oh, a scooter.
Well, that sounds like a real laugh. No, Julie, I will take your word for it.
Well, people get together to
you gotta
watch
watch
maths. So
Yeah, they do.
I suppose this is nice.
Hey, we've been joined by Caitlin Bassett, who has
She's
just
here
come
already.
in already.
I left my keys last week, so I just come to collect them
Great,
and then
fantastic.
go. Okay, so it'll only be 2
Are
seconds.
you a Blue Watch at all?
No, but I'll put my hand up and say I'm a person that pretends to have kids so I can order off the kids menu at restaurants.
So do you take a small jacket and put it over a chair?
So I just go, that's my kid, and point to a random child.
And then you
Where do you
get
go?
a kids menu.
Yeah, it's cheaper, especially if I just want a small meal, like Hawaiian pizza. I just want a small Hawaiian
Can
pizza.
I say something
That makes
first,
sense.
though?
Thank you.
Is that off limits for us if you aren't a child?
I think they're the rules.
Amy, you've
not-
got kids. Can an adult order a kid's meal for
No.
themselves, or is
No.
it frowned upon?
Yeah.
But what if you've only got a kid's stomach?
Yeah, it's the fact that you have to eat that food with the plastic knife and fork that always gets me.
Go sit at the kids' table.
You got your knee.
And then it also is really embarrassing. I've done it once with Sean, and Sean's like, "Open up, there's the plane's coming in the hangar, zoom, zoom, zoom." And that was a bit embarrassing, but it was
still
a
ate
cheap
it all,
meal.
didn't you?
Cheap meal. Thank you, Julie. We're going to go to Roz in Lesmurdy. Hi, Roz.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good,
Great,
Roz.
Roz. Our minds are being blown by the amount of childless people that are watching Bluey. Are you one of them?
Oh, absolutely we are.
Tell me about it.
Well, many, many years ago, we were babysitting our grandchildren, which didn't happen very often in those days because they lived on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
They really needed to watch Bluey that night and up a little bit late. So my husband and I were there watching it and thinking, where's this show been all our life? Like, we were laughing, cacking ourselves. I know, right? They moved back to the East Coast, and we still watch it.
You do not by yourself. So you and your husband will will you sit down and have dinner while watching it? Paint the picture. Paint the picture.
No, not really that. If it's, like we're footy freaks anyway, so come winter season, there's not a great deal of time for it, but come summer, sitting down there, not really getting into what's on television and think, let's watch a Bluey episode. And then it turns out to be 1 Bluey and 2 Bluey and 3 and 4 Blueys. It's hilarious. And our 26-year-old daughter, who is our youngest now, also watches it. So
Let's watch a Bluey.
God,
I mean, most think that's porn, but
I'm sure your husband has binge watched a Bluey from time to time.
binge watching. I like that. That's a
This
good
one's
call.
got a bit more dogs than the other one, isn't it? Well, that's amazing. I'm
That's
going
great, Ross.
to give it a go today.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm going to give it a go.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Natalie is maybe back tomorrow, maybe back the next day, maybe 2 weeks from now.
Who knows how the floods are going to get her in Dubai.
She's actually home. She's at my house. I've locked her in the basement.
Exactly. That's how you get a job here, Caitlin Bassett. You're doing all the right things.
You know it.
It's good to have you back. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's good to be here. A big weekend of sport.
I know, you were working all weekend, mate.
I had footy. I did the derby.
Yes.
Didn't get home till probably after 10:30 and then rocked up for netball the next day. So that was great to see Fever get the win. And
Did you write the article on the derby?
I did not write the
Okay.
I'm not that good. Dave,
Oh,
and I'm
no,
not allowed
but
to.
it's just because you blew my mind the other day when you said that you all... So when Caitlin goes to watch a game, tell everyone what happens, all right?
Well, so if I'm working, say, Waffle,
Yes.
I'll write the match
And this
report.
is for the West?
Yes, I'll write the match report, and it has to be, it's very stressful, it has to be in within 15 minutes of the final siren. So if it's a close match,
Imagine that.
you'll start writing things, and
Yes.
then it just gets changed. And so my job was to write up the Glendinning Allen medal.
Yep.
And so halfway through the last quarter, I'm like, who's it going to be? I start writing Harley Reid, I pad it out a little bit. Then I hear the votes. It's Elliot Yeo, Jake's playing well.
So
I'm
then
like,
all your work is null and void
yeah,
from that.
yeah, and then you just got to change it at the last minute and just scramble. So it's
I
the joy.
could not deal
Unreal.
with a job where again and again I'm faced with something that feels like an exam. And that's what you've got.
Yeah, because I watched all you guys like going hammer and tongs, and I was wondering, so you're updating websites and stuff along the way as well?
Yeah, so everyone has different jobs. So someone might be doing the live, so they're doing every time a goal's kicked, things that are going on. I'm sometimes on breaking, so if someone gets injured, so when Jai Miss went down, that was me straight away, like jumping on things there. Some people are doing the analysis, so we've got
I
quarters.
didn't know that.
Yeah, everyone has a different role.
When we used to go and watch a lot of movies, right, for work, and then there would be reviewers in there as well watching it. So this is like a little preview thing just for the media. And remember, Sean, there was always this guy there that would write, I don't know, he was a reviewer or a blogger, but he had a glow pen. So it looked like he was waving a little lightsaber around, just offset. So you were trying to watch the movie, but there's this little lightsaber going, and he's writing furiously. And I'm like, how are you even absorbing this film? You just write. Anyway, I'm glad that we don't do real jobs.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Guys,
Yeah, man.
getting stuff for free is so exciting, hey?
Woo!
But getting stuff for free when you know you're not supposed to be getting that thing for free, that is the jackpot. That is eureka.
It's like
isn't it?
sticking it to the man,
Don't
isn't
you
it?
think it is like sticking it to the man?
Yeah.
I cannot believe that this wasn't like all over every news cycle. But something happened recently in Sydney Star Casino. Ever been there?
No, can't say
Oh,
that.
it's so tacky.
I think I walked out of there one night.
Who decides the carpets at these places?
They're all the same, aren't they?
They're just insane. It's like a crazy person designed a carpet and someone goes, yeah, let's weave that and get that into production. It's just a lot.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
definitely leftovers.
So Star Casino, they have a bit of a glitch happening with their ATMs. They've fixed it now. It was going, I reckon, for a couple of months, but people only caught on to the fact of what was happening about 2 or 3 weeks before they had solved it. So let me read this out, right? And this is gamblers, criminals and homeless people were lining up at this thing. 43 people in total took advantage of the machines there spitting out free money. In total, the machines dispensed $3,219,420 over 13 days. Let me
good
tell you
is
what
that?
happened. A software glitch occurred in machines that pay out tickets with barcodes showing gambling winnings. Now, gamblers discovered if they fed in more than one ticket, all of them would be paid out, but a single docket would be kept by the machine. The others were spat back out, allowing them to be redeemed multiple times.
Okay, so to start with, you had to be a winner. You had to have a docket, and then you put it in the machine, and it gives you the money.
And then it gives you the tickets back, and then you just do it again.
Only if you had 2 tickets, though. So if you just had 1 ticket, you put it in, it'd give you the money, nothing.
Yeah.
But you had to win twice.
Yeah. And then it would just keep spitting out the tickets. So there was a young lady who has a bit of a gambling problem. She was told
Not anymore.
She was told
I'm
about
cured.
this. She got a phone call. Her friend's boyfriend showed her how the machine works, and they were handing out cash.
Yeah.
So she had a bit of a relapse. This is her relapse. She spent the next 10 days milking the ATMs. She slept in a seat. She used them 34 times to take out $57,265.
Did that money
Is that all?
go straight back into the casino? I feel like this is just a
She
loop.
only spent $5,000 of that money at the casino because she got so tired. She fell asleep on the machine one day that she had to get a hotel room. So then, she must have lived it up and got some room service.
Fantastic. You would too.
I tell you what.
$57,000.
Now, all these people, the police are pursuing all these people.
Ah,
yeah.
That's
So she
beyond.
got caught. They're looking for all these people, but that is the pinnacle, is to be getting something to free like this machine. In Kalgoorlie, there was right outside of Hannon's Food Mart, there was the phone box, right? And back in the day, no mobile phones. This phone box was hot to trot. Like, there was someone in there making calls all the time. Sometimes there was a couple of people lined up. People lining up outside of a phone box, by the way. How hilarious.
I know.
Someone mustn't have emptied out the machine, so it was full, and that person must have been away for a couple of months because that phone box was giving out free phone calls. And oh my God, everyone in Kalgoorlie knew, and it was like a mob outside of Hannon's Food Mart waiting to line up to make STD calls.
Exactly. Not just the drug dealers this time. It's just everyone's just taking advantage of it.
That is amazing.
Nate, there was a couple of years ago, there was down at Coburn off Armidale Road, there used to be just a unmanned petrol station. It was first put out there, so you'd have to go and swipe your card, put in the amount, and then you get your petrol dispensed. So on the board, it was supposed to say that the petrol was $1.68, and instead the decimal point was put in the wrong place, so it was ended up being 16 cents, 16.80 was
so
the idea.
16.8 cents.
Yes. So that's what it worked out to be. The first person who comes along, obviously, see, this is the thing. How many people do you tell? So the first person comes along and ends up filling up, and that's all it costs them. And then obviously they tell someone. And next thing you know, people are down there with jerry cans and boats and tractors and the whole lot.
Oh, you dig up your pool to take it down there to fill it up.
Of petrol.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. It's telling someone else about it. Like, it would be obvious.
You're
as soon as
right.
there was a lineup for people at the ATM in the casino, everyone would be like, nah,
Hey, what's
something
going on here?
wrong.
Yeah.
It's like when you're driving around, sometimes I look, and if there's a restaurant with a line around the corner, I'm like, boom, I want to eat there. Like, that must be some good food. So a line for me is automatic red flag warning signs.
Did you were listening to a podcast that had
Yes.
something similar to this?
So when we were driving across the Nullarbor, it was called The Glitch. And I was
Yes.
trolling through trying to find something because I love true crime, my partner doesn't. So I was like, what can we find that we're both going to like? And
Bluey.
It was
Apparently.
Anyway, so we found something called The Glitch, and it was about a guy who lives in regional Victoria who had an ATM, and if he went and got money out at a certain time, it wouldn't charge on his internet banking. And so
So it was just free money.
it was free money. So and so he kept doing
Harry.
that, and it went on for months and months, and it destroyed his life. Like, it changed
sounds
his
horrendous.
life. It does. You think that?
I know, just non-stop free money.
So he worked it out. He had to get money out from a certain time. So it had to be between 11 p.m. and midnight. So he could only do it between that hour. So imagine every single day. You couldn't go overseas. You couldn't go anywhere. If you wanted to get your money, you had to go down at that time to get the money out of the ATM. Like, he ended up dobbing himself in. It's an amazing
He dobbed
podcast.
himself in?
It's an amazing podcast.
'Cause he
Go
couldn't
and
stop.
find it. Because so much other stuff in his life was affected, it was an issue. So, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I don't think the people we're going to speak to next are going to have an issue with what happened. We want to talk about glitches or machines that are accidentally giving out stuff for free, whether it be an ATM, might have been a vending machine, a glitch in the software. Oh, these are going to be good, and I'm going to be so spewing I wasn't part of them.
Jason's in Canning Vale. Jason, does this ring a bell to you, mate?
It sure does, guys. How are you?
Good,
awesome.
Jace. All right, I'm excited, Jace. What did we get?
Mate, pretty simple, but we were stoked. I used to clean my car all the time down the car wash in Southern River.
Yeah.
And went down there, put my $2 coin in. You get your $2 minutes or whatever it is for the $2. And started washing my car. I noticed went to put another $2 coin in. The time hadn't gone down. I thought, what's going on here? Kept washing my car, going through all the little selections.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I'm like, this is unreal. I've done this for a week. Normally cost me $25 a car wash. I rang me mum, rang me dad, rang me brother, rang all my mates. Next minute, there's a whole line of bloody cars behind us. It's unreal.
That is awesome, Jace. And
He rang Melbourne Mazda, told him to get the fleet down there.
That's it. Load them up, boys. Load them up.
because Jace, if you want a longer car wash or want to use the equipment longer, you got to keep putting money in, correct?
That's it, mate. Yeah, $2 gets you. I think it's 2 minutes or a minute 59 or something. Yeah.
Oh, mate, you would have had every foam. You would have had every wax. You would have had every finish.
Got his legs waxed. Is that good?
Oh, mate, he would have sucked the entire interior out of there with a vacuum cleaner. God, that's good. How long did it go for? How long did this last for, Jace? Until they called on?
Well, I don't know, because we ended up leaving. All of my mates came down there. We probably washed about 10 of my mates' cars and my mums and dads and brother as well. And I don't know, it just kept going on. So we ended up leaving. I just went back, told everyone, don't put money in, it's free.
Oh, so it still could be to this very day,
Mate,
do you reckon?
Imagine.
What was that car wash?
Yeah, we'll get the address off him.
Southern River.
Thanks, Jace. Alicia's in Banksia Grove. Hey, Alicia.
Hi.
Hey, so we're talking about glitches or machines that gave out something for free. What happened?
So a few months ago, we found that if we went to the zoo, there was a vending machine closer to where the monkeys were, not right up the front, and it was giving away free ice cream.
It was giving away free ice cream?
Yeah, you'd put in one, and we'd buy one, but then you could get multiples after that for free. It was just stuffing them out.
What ice creams were there in there? Were there, like, good ones? Like,
Yeah, they were like the trumpets. Like good ice creams and Magneto.
Oh, Magneto. Was it? Would I go as far as to say they'd have a Magnum in there? They wouldn't have had a Magnum. They had a Magnum?
They were the good ice cream.
She said it, Nate. She said it.
Yeah,
Wants to be clear
we are
about
talking
this.
about paddle pots and splits in this one.
Alicia, how many ice creams did you decide to have a crack at then?
We had a few, and then we told some mums around us with little kids. Like, don't go for that one, go for this one.
It's great.
It's the Robin Hood behaviour of it, isn't it, afterwards? It's not only getting it for yourself, but then also giving it out to the community, which makes you not a criminal.
So, Caitlin, if you come across an ATM, are you telling other people?
Do you know what? I wouldn't tell other people, but I would Robin Hood it. I would use that money for good. The glitch guy, he paid off a few people's text debts. He helped people start businesses. So maybe I'd just become a philanthropist and start helping people.
But you need to, with an ATM, because there's so many cameras, you need to, once it happens, right, so it's happened the first time, you need to look, you don't look alarmed, just walk away like you're never going back there again. Then put a balaclava on and limp and change your height, because then otherwise they're gonna see who you are, Sean.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Anyway, just a little bit of criminal tips there. Michael's in Secret Harbour. Hi, Michael.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Good, Michael.
Good, mate.
All right, so we've heard of a car wash. That was pretty good. And we've heard like of a vending machine with ice creams, giving out free stuff. What do you got for us?
We had an ATM.
Woo!
Oh, this is what we're talking about to begin with, Mike. Where did you find this and what was it dispensing?
We were out clubbing one night. It was back when I think I was 18, give or take. And someone was going around the club saying that ATM down below was spending out 50s instead of 20s.
Are you kidding me? 50s instead of 20s.
Whoever restocked it put the $50 in the $20 notes. So if you withdrew 80, you got 200.
Oh,
I also think Monopoly, bank error.
Imagine.
So obviously you were reinvesting it in the same club, though, Michael would have thought.
Yeah, I think that's who told everyone.
So how much did you get out?
Luckily, I was broke, so I only got the 200.
Yeah, I was about to say, you needed money in your account.
Don't you reckon? And that would be just your luck. You've got $22 in your bank account. Like,
So I had $80, so I got 200, and but it ended up costing me down the track.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you have to pay that money back?
Yeah, I got a knock on the door about 2 years later.
Oh, they got you. They got you.
Yeah, but luckily, because I only did it the once, I was let off. But the others who I heard of, who did it 20, 30 times,
they're repeat offenders. Yeah. Of course, they'll seem as
You got to be really strategic, don't you? You got to be strategic. When you
Remember
come
a
across
while
these
back,
things.
and it was I think one of the roads down south. All that money was on the freeway. Remember, and people were stopping. Oh, God, I'd love to come across that. Just money on the road, and everyone just a grab.
It's not your fault for it being there.
Yeah.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Hey, we were just talking about food, of course, then, and we're just talking about ice creams, and you had a go at your partner.
Yes, because his favourite flavour is, get this, boysenberry.
I don't do boysenberry.
But no, Sean, you know why you don't do boysenberry? Because no one's ever eaten a boysenberry.
Yeah, what is a boysenberry?
We just Googled it. So I thought, when we looked at the picture, a boysenberry looks like a blackberry, but the boysenberry is apparently more fragile than the blackberry. But no one has ever eaten a boysenberry by itself.
What is boysen?
Boysen is really...
We know what a blueberry is. I mean, the boysen part.
Well, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's going to go well for you, does it, a boysenberry?
No, I would agree with that.
You shouldn't name things that you're going to eat too closely to the word poison.
Okay, so I believe it was named Harry's found it.
Oh,
Wait a second.
Harry, tell me about
this
the boysenberry.
Has got to be a joke. It all started with a fellow named Mr. Rudolph Boysen. That can't be real.
Why not? Yeah.
Hang on. He was a horticulturalist who had created this beautiful maroon-coloured berry. He pollinated the common blackberry with pollen from European raspberries, American dewberries, and loganberries.
So he pollinated all these different mixtures in there.
I won't tell you how he pollinated them.
Exactly.
But that's why you wouldn't be putting it in your mouth, because it is like poison.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? The reality TV has been going for so long now. Contestants have become judges. That's exactly what's happened. And you know what? About time for this woman. Masterchef Australia season 16, 7:30 p.m. on 10 and 10 Play. You can catch it out. And Poe joins us right now. And about time.
Yeah,
Poe.
I agree.
About time.
Oh, guys, what an introduction. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching it now. I feel like we've come... You said a full circle, Nath, obviously. But, no, I feel like I can trust Poe being on the TV. And if she's making a comment on people's food, then I'm right behind it.
Sean, you've hit it right on the head there. It is the trust that Poe gives. Poe, as soon as you came out as a little celebrity TV chef straight after your season, you weren't spat out as a contestant. You were spat out as a TV star.
Oh, mate, thank you. That's too much.
Okay,
all right, let's cut it down. Time to cut it down, Caitlin.
Now let's open up the phones. What do you hate about Poe? 13, 24, 10.
I've got an important question for Poe. What do you think of the boysenberry?
We just discovered the boysenberry.
Oh, boysenberry. I like it. No, you know what I don't love fresh is blackberries.
What's wrong with the blackberry?
What are you talking about?
It's weird. I feel like they taste a bit like ants.
Oh, do they? We've got a blackberry tree at my mum and dad's. The kids go wild for it.
Wow, because blackberry is an important part of my trifle.
Okay.
No. I feel like when you cut it with other things, like there's cream and other flavours, it's great.
Yeah.
But I find on its own, if you make jam with it, but on its own, I'm finding it a bit anti.
You know what, though? But we were just talking about, because there seem to be ram and boysenberries in all the ice creams lately, right? And we're like, no one's in reality has ever eaten a boysenberry by itself, because you don't go to the shops. They're not there. Like, you would have, Poe, because you're around, like deep cuts of food.
So we did hear that it's because they're too temperamental. Is that
they're fragile, Sean. They're very fragile.
Okay, I have a confession to make.
Yes.
I've never tasted a fresh boysenberry.
So if Poe hasn't done it, then none of us ever will.
I feel like
don't
it's
even think they're real.
Like you'd be able to get it somewhere in sort of like Nordic, but not here. Yeah.
Oh, so our best bet's like Aldi or something.
Yeah.
They all get different crap from overseas, don't they?
Poe, how great is it being on the other side? You're a contestant once. Now you get to be the judge. Do you look back on the contestants and think, wow, I can't believe that was me? And how much better is it to be a judge these days?
No, I'm there. I'm with them. You should see how much trouble I have just like keeping focused on being a judge, because I'm just thinking the whole time what I would make, even though I've just presented the challenge.
Yeah, right.
That's how much of a twit I am. I think because I've spent more time as a contestant thus far.
Yeah, okay.
So I've done 2 big seasons that took me almost to the end. So 5 months since, and I've only done this for 5 months. So I feel like I'm still more a contestant than I am a judge at the moment. So I'm very much in their shoes. But I think that's why I think that's kind of my niche in that judging panel, is that I can empathise with them and I can just sort of see what they're doing, and I know exactly what's going on in their heads because I've been there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, Poe, I'm not quite a MasterChef level, that's for sure, but I bang out some dishes for... I've got four kids, my family, my wife, so I change it up regularly. But Caitlin and Nathan here, they will cook one meal. They were just discussing between each other. They will cook one meal, say, at the start of a week, and then they'll eat that from Monday to Friday. Thoughts?
Oh, okay. So I do that.
Yes,
Suck it, Sean.
Oh my
In your
God,
face.
Poe.
Because for me, right, when I'm at work, right, and I love my job and I'm very lucky to have it, but I do equate this to being in prison. So during the week, I eat like I'm in prison. Nothing fun, just stuff, nothing from the commissary.
You don't deserve it.
You know what I mean? Like literally like the gruel they slop on my plate. And then on the weekends, that means the special treat meals that I have because I made it to the weekend, there where I have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, you're gonna go all out and indulge a bit.
Yeah. Now, what's your reasoning?
Well, my reason is very weird. I spend so much time recipe testing. I sometimes, and also I live on my own, so like I tend to lose my appetite when I cook. I never cook fancy meals for myself. For me, what floats my boat is so boring. Like I will just grab seasonal veg from my the farmer's market and just roast that. Bit of lemon, salt, pepper, maybe some butter. Sometimes I'm feeling a little bit,
Oh, hello.
How's it going?
But apart from that, I mainly love cooking for friends when they come over. So that's the only time, or family. Apart from that, I'm so boring, and I love getting out the pressure cooker and doing a little bit of meal prep. I love it.
I don't have a pressure cooker.
I love slow cooked
Caitlin,
meat.
are you the same? Because you're just cooking, it's only you and your partner.
It's just the two of us, but I think for me, I've always had a very regimented diet, and so it was always what's going to help me perform.
Caitlin was an Australian netballer.
What food can I tolerate? And so for me, I know what food works best with my gut. I know what food, I don't like spicy food. So I'm very picky when it comes.
What's this week's meal?
So this week's meal, oh gosh, what is it going to be? So I love teriyaki. I'll eat a teriyaki something, whether that be fish or beef. I will always have like a frittata, so something that's got lots of veggies and some egg in it. And what else do I make? A poke bowl sometimes, but that's it. I'll eat that every single week.
Hey, Poe, you know how you live alone? Be honest with me, because I've eaten many meals just over the sink. Right, to
oh my God.
save washing the plate, and also sometimes I don't even pull plates out. I'll just have what I'm having for dinner on a piece of paper towel.
Mate, I am terrible. I can't tell you how much I started to eat out of the pot.
I've tried eating out of the box. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, I'm so feral. And also, I do eat over the sink quite a bit. Like,
me too.
I feel like I'm becoming more feral. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't think it's feral. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's feral. I do think it's sad.
Poe's going to go with feral.
It can't be feral if you're eating above the smell of palm-olive.
Feral is romanticising it too much.
Oh, Poe, you know what? I'm really stoked that they finally have asked you to do this. It must have been such a great honour. Did that request blow you away? Were you like, oh my God, like bring you to tears?
Yeah.
I'm sure it would have.
Yeah, I got all weird and paralysed with like sort of, oh God, as in like, oh my God, this is just too big time. I can't cope. And you know what's really weird? So many people in my life have said to me, oh, if you ever get offered the job, would you do it? And I was like, I'm not going to get offered it. Just stop. And it wasn't that I was I didn't have any sort of weird thing about it. I just didn't think it was ever going to happen. And also, of course, like, have to premise this with the fact that this only happened because of a very sad thing that happened to Doc passing away.
Yeah.
And so it's just so strange, like how it's happened. And like I like, just in case you haven't noticed, I love being a bit of a goofball.
Yeah.
And I just was so unsure whether that was the energy they really needed.
Of course it is. They want 100%.
They've been missing it, mate. They've been missing it.
Yeah, they want you to go crazy. They want to call the police. Poe, when you're in Perth next, I would love to invite you over to my house for dinner. I have a double sink, and then both of us can have one of the sinks each. What do you think?
I
love it.
Okay. Paul and I, double sync date. Can't wait.
I'm in.
Can't wait. Well, we're so stoked for you, mate, and this is going to make MasterChef even better. Season 16 kicks off tonight, 7:30 p.m. on 10, or you can catch it on 10 Play. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, thanks so much for having me, guys. That was a lot of fun. And thanks for your support. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
good
you're
on
a
you, mate.
legend.
Take
Bye,
care.
honey.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Caitlin Bassett.
Good
got her back. We
morning.
got her back.
Hey,
we got her
Caitlin.
back. Yeah, so I'm sure we're just talking beforehand.
We were talking about how difficult it was when you started playing professional netball and you're out in the town. And one thing that you guys did when you were travelling, you had to stay 2 nights over on the East Coast, right?
Yeah, we did. So we didn't have much budget. And so because we were from Perth, we had to fly. We had to spend an extra night. So that ate up some of our budget.
Oh, yes,
So after the
right.
game, we were only allowed to have soup because we didn't have enough money in our budget. But that was just normal. Like, for me, as a 16-year-old, I was in my last year of high school. Like, that was normal. I was just stoked to be going away on the weekend. I didn't even care. You could have given me bread and water. But we
They
were
did.
talking about the
They
fact
just had it.
that...
Flavoured water. Flavoured
Yeah,
water,
thank you
Sean.
very much.
Thank
Now
you.
that things have improved, we need to tell these stories so the players who are playing now understand that where we've come from and how important it is that you don't take it for granted that you get a meal, that you might get upgrade, you get Qantas Club. Like, these
Yeah.
are things that we didn't get as players and
Yeah.
we worked really hard for,
Yeah.
and not get too snooty about the things that you have now.
A couple of things. Firstly, what was it? Was it packet soup that you put with water, or was it a canned soup?
No, it was at the hotel, so we got to eat hotel soup.
So the only
Yes.
thing on the menu you're allowed to
Hotel
order was soup.
It was just it wasn't even that. It was organised, and there was just a pot of soup, and we just lined up with our bowls. It was like gruel.
Okay. Tasting the soup.
Yeah.
Was it from a can? Was it freshly made, or was it just that stuff, the powder that you put with water?
No, it was legit soup. It was always like pumpkin.
It was
It
legit
was something.
soup.
You got maybe got a little
Legit.
bit of bread with it. But I know another team used to travel with a microwave because once again they didn't get like
you
free
serious?
game meals, so they would take the microwave so they could make heat up their noodles and stuff pre-game.
You're right, because Sean, around the world in this day and age, it is really hard to come across a microwave when you get somewhere, isn't it? Travel with a microwave.
Yeah. When do you pack that? So you got the balls, bibs, microwave.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hey, this is Taylor Swift. This could be your winning era. Win a trip to see Taylor Swift live or a Suzuki Swift. Get your tickets at carforacauselottery.com.au.
All right, this is pretty cool. Every day this week, we are going to be creating a competition based on one of Taylor Swift's songs. Today, the song is Today Was a Fairy Tale. So today's competition is all about fairy tales.
Okay, sounds pretty easy. You can describe it actually to Sarah, who's the first cab off the rank. Hi, Sarah.
Good morning, how are you?
Hey, Sarah, fantastic. $1,000 up for grabs, Sarah. Be pretty handy, hey?
Absolutely handy. Yep.
No way, you sound like you really need it. What's on the top of your shopping list? What do you need it for?
Desperation in my voice. Well, I certainly won't be buying any Fremantle merchandise today. That's all I'll be doing.
Sure.
Are you an Eagles supporter, or are you just down on the Freo Dockers being a Dockers supporter?
No, I feel like Freo should have won a few premierships along the way. They've had some really fantastic lists, but unfortunately, I'm an Eagles supporter, so that was a bit...
You're really jamming that home then, Sarah. Really?
Wow, she's a bit nasty,
I think I
isn't
didn't
she?
need to jam at home. I think the Eagles did that pretty well.
Sarah, this is the intensity that you need to bring into Today Was a Fairy Tale, so I like it.
Yeah, coming in with anger, in with anger and strength.
That's fantastic. You're going against Jess from Sorrento. Hi, Jess.
Hello.
Hi,
Sarah.
mate. Do you want to have a go at Sean about anything as well, or?
I'm an Eagles supporter too, so no, I won't rub it in.
Oh, well, that's rubbing it in.
You really enjoyed the game, did you, on the weekend?
Yeah, it was actually quite good.
What
Surprising.
do you think about Harley Reid?
Oh, he's amazing.
Do you reckon they should sign him up for $1 million a year now, just so they've got him?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what they got to do? They got to start reporting on him, just so the people out there know that he exists.
I'll let the West know. I'll give them a heads
Well, I
up
mean,
about
the
it.
back page is there for a reason. I feel like they're not utilising it.
This is true. All right, I'll let the
Okay,
bosses know.
fantastic. Guys, this is what's going to happen. We've got a whole bunch of fairy tale questions, all right? You are going to be using your name as a buzzer, so I'm going to test them. Sarah.
Sarah.
Jess.
Jess.
Guys, this is going to be the first to 5.
Ooh, I like it.
Okay, the first person to score 5. Caitlin Bassett.
All right.
Take it away.
A little bit of pressure here. In which fairy tale does a girl fall asleep for 100 years?
Sarah.
Sarah.
That's Sleeping Beauty.
Correct.
Well done, Sarah. Question.
Sarah, according to Sean, is on -10.
Question number 2. What is the name of the fairy tale where 2 children are left in the forest?
Sarah?
That would be Hansel and Gretel.
How about Sarah, Sean?
She's amazing. I love her.
Hey, Jess. Ever read a book? Hey, Jess?
Yeah.
Did you have parents, mate? I don't know. All right, here we go. What does the Little Mermaid receive from Ursula in exchange for her voice?
Jess. Sarah.
Jess?
Jess. Legs.
Yes, she got human legs.
I didn't remember that one.
What do you mean? That's the whole basis of it.
I didn't know that.
So she gives up her voice and she gets human legs and then she goes and meets the prince.
But she can't talk to him because she doesn't have a voice.
Oh, but she gave him the legs for
And then the prince goes down to the ocean and then he breaks up with her because he meets a blowfish. No, I'm just joking.
They all start out that way.
This might be a different version. Anyway.
Hey, Caitlin.
Caitlin. The score is Sarah 2, Jess 1.
What does Jack trade for magic beans?
Sarah.
Yes, Sarah.
That would be a cow.
Yes, their last cow, actually, so it was pretty devastating. It was. The family was shook. They were shook, Sean. They were shook.
Score check, please.
The score check is Sarah 3, Jess 1. Come on, Jess. What's your problem?
Here we go.
Well.
Question number 5. In which fairy tale does a young woman's clothes disappear at midnight?
Sarah.
Amy.
Harry. It was Sarah.
It was Sarah. Sarah.
That would be Cinderella.
Correct.
1 win away. Jess, come on, you can do this.
Jess,
No.
did you have children, Jess?
I do. I've got one in the car.
Ever thought about reading them a book?
Now you got to be quick off the mark, and Sarah is today.
All right, this is for the win. I'm going to skip down to this one here that I want to do. All right. This is a fun. I just want to test your buzzers quickly because I'm going to make sure everything's working. Sarah.
Sarah.
Jess.
Yes.
Yeah, yours is the one that's worrying. In which fairy tale does a young girl eat porridge?
Jess.
Yes, Jess?
Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Oh!
She's back in it.
She's back in it. She's back in it. All right, here we go.
This is one of my favourite ones. Rumpelstiltskin has the ability to spin what into
Sarah.
gold?
Jess.
Sarah for the win.
Straw.
Sarah for the win! She won.
Begrudgingly, Sarah.
Sarah, the prize was supposed to be $1,000, but you've won
$1,000 versus Docker's merchandise. You can pick this up from the Docker store in Coburg. Fantastic. Pepper look great on you.
I would wear it proudly, Sean. I would wear it proudly. I say I do support them apart from when they play the Eagles.
Yeah. That
Tell her what
is
she's really got,
amazing.
Nate.
Yeah, no, $1,000 cash. That's not bad. And everyone should check out Active Car for a Cause lottery as well. Could win you tickets to Taylor Swift in London.
That's
hey,
amazing.
Jess, I don't say this lightly. Pick up a book.
I know. Well done, Sarah.
Get on you, girls.
Turn Frozen off and grab a page turner. Tomorrow there is going to be another competition based
Love
around
it.
another Taylor Swift song.
Well done, mate.
In order for you to win $1,000. So we're excited about that.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
How about this, though? Who's this, Caitlin?
Caitlin.
Are you joking? No, this is not John Mellencamp.
Unless he's holding his testicles.
This is Brian Adams.
Oh, sorry, I did know that, Brian Adams.
With Mel C.
Okay, yes. Yep.
Which you knew.
Do you not know this song?
I can sing the song. I can't tell you who sings the songs, but...
Oh, you know this song?
Yeah, I do know the song, yes.
Yeah, okay, so there's a reason why I'm speaking about Mel C. Mel C is going to be performing at the Court on May the 12th.
All right, Melanie C is coming to Perth. Spice up your life and get tickets at megatix.com.au, Nath.
Yeah, 2 tickets to One More Time featuring Mel C at the Court May 12th. Is going to go to someone 13 24 10.
Caller number 6.
Yeah, but why, when we're talking about Mel C, do we not talk about what she did over the weekend with Posh Spice? Here is the Spice Girls reunited singing at Posh Spice's 50th birthday party. As you can hear, they're not really singing because most of them can't sing.
Even there, they're miming. Even at their own birthday party, celebrating one of their own, they're miming.
Isn't that unbelievable? The people that came were Tom Cruise was there, Salma Hayek. We had
Lionel Messi.
Yeah, was he there?
No, I just said it.
Remember,
because he plays for Beckham's soccer team.
Guy Ritchie was there. Eva Longoria. Oh, that would have been a pity invite, wouldn't it?
I was a big fan of hers.
Are they besties? Are they really, Amy?
Yeah.
Oh, they're besties.
She was hot as chips back in the housewife days.
Mark Anthony, though, how'd he get a run?
No.
I wouldn't even invite Mark Anthony to my party. No, I would, Mark.
Expect an invite.
Bring a plate.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.